Hey everybody, this is Eric Stark with the Smart RVer Podcast, presenting another Fast Tip Friday, and today we're going to talk about RV sewer hoses. So this happens to be a real short one, a 2-foot extension for certain applications. So I'm sure you've bought sewer hoses, you've been out camping, or you're emptying your holding tanks at a dump station, and that brown ooze starts coming out, or you're at a nice campground, and you look over your hose and brown ooze is on the ground. Not only is it a hassle, it's embarrassing. You got this mess going on. You got to clean it up, get rid of that hose, buy a new one. Then you go to the RV store and it's sometimes scattered. You know, what do they have? Which one's which is good, better, and best. If the store doesn't have good customer service, you're just going to buy based on price and walk out with probably the same quality hose you had before, not knowing that for a few more bucks, you could have got a better hose to help alleviate that problem so you don't have that brown ooze in the campground. What a hassle that is. So today we're going to talk about good, better, and best, the different quality of sewer hoses. And I'm going to say this up front, avoid buying no brand name sewer hoses on the internet or even in a store. If they don't have a brand name, it's not something known in the RV industry, avoid it. There's so many cheap knockoffs filling the internet anymore. You've got to be very careful. Not just sewer hoses, it's everything for RVs. It's become a cesspool, a bunch of garbage online. So avoid that. Buy brand name sewer hoses like Thetford. Now, I don't have one physically to show you, but there will be one on the screen, which you can see. It's a black sewer hose. It's a compression style. Has fluorescent green fittings on it. And that's a good quality sewer hose. In fact, that would be in the better category of sewer hoses, which I'm going to get into that in a minute. So it's a good quality sewer hose. I'm sorry I don't have one, but you can see what it looks like there. So that gives you one more to think about. So basically the brands we're going to talk about today are Camco, Valterra, and Thetford. Thetford I've already covered. Theirs is pretty simple. They've got one sewer hose basically in different sizes. So now let's start with the Valterra. So this would fall into the good category. And remember, we have good, better, and best. So good, this is an easy coupler hose. It's red. It has black fittings on it. And this is an extension hose. Now, this is one of the hoses you take it out of the box. It's going to squirm all over the place. It's not a compression style hose. So it's got that kind of wormy feel to it. And so the longer they are, the harder they are to manage, to store, and things like that. But it's still a good hose. And also, the sewer hoses all kind of keep the same pattern on the color. So all the easy coupler hoses will be red with black fittings, similar packaging, just different sizes. And most of your sewer hoses come in 5 and 10-foot extensions, then a 15-foot hose that has a fitting on it that goes into the ground, and the 20-foot hose would be a kit with 2 10-foot hoses. So if you need a 10-foot hose, you use it as a 10-foot hose. If you need a 20, you use it as a 20. You just connect them together. So the 15 and 20s come with this fitting on it or something similar to that goes into the ground. Sewer hose hooks up there, drops in the ground, you're good to go. The other end hooks up to your RV. You're probably familiar with that, but I just wanted to cover that. So we got it covered. So the easy coupler is considered a good hose, and it is good quality hose. It's not the best, but it's just good quality. It's an 18 millimeter hose, which is the thickness of it. Now we're going to talk about the Valterra Dominator and the Camco Rhinoflex. So we'll start with the Dominator first. So the Dominator, so again, this is a 5-foot extension. So black hose, red fittings, pre-assembled. It's a compression style hose. Keeps its shape. And this hose is a 23 millimeter hose. So it's a little bit thicker than the good hose, the easy coupler. So it's a nice hose. It's lightweight. You can move it around. It's got that compression, so it's easy to put back into storage. If you're storing in a bumper, wherever it might be, you compress it back. Now, to be honest, when they get used, and quite a bit if they're not flushed out, much harder to compress it. So you do want to keep it clean. But you want to keep all your holding tank, fittings, sewer hoses clean anyways. So that's your better one. And then also the Camco Rhinoflex falls into the better category. Now this sewer hose is brown with orange fittings. This happens to be a 15-foot one. So it's brown, orange fitting. You can see it's the compression style, holds its shape, doesn't spread out all over the place. This is a 5-foot extension, and again, it comes in the different sizes, so that falls into the better category. And then there's the silverback made by Valterra, which I call it better times 2. It's not best. It's a little bit better than better, a little bit thicker. And it's black. It has these rings on the outside that help protect it for dragging across concrete, gravel, things like that. It's a heavy-duty hose. It's crush-proof, so in other words, you can step on it. Has the pre-assembled fittings, and it comes in the different sizes as well, just like the other hoses do. So that's better times 2. So it's a good hose. Now, let's get into the best. We saved the best for last, right? So we have the Viper hose and the Camco Rhinoflex hose, which is right here. We'll do them one by one. So the Viper is a gray sewer hose with red rings on it. They give it that extra protection so you can't destroy it dragging across concrete, through gravel, things like that. It's basically destruction proof, as Valterra says. So you can step on it and drive on it, but you want to avoid that. It's just telling you that you can do that thing. Because, when you're out in your RV, you're doing certain things, emptying it, setting up, you might step on your sewer hose accidentally. You might even drive over it. Well, this hose can withstand that. It's a nice hose. So it's gray, red rings, red fittings. Great hose. Then you have the Camco Rhinoflex. So this hose is a black hose with the orange rings on the outside with the orange fittings. And again, it's very similar to the Viper. It's basically destruction proof. Step on it, walk on it, drive over it if you want to. It's going to take its shape again. Now, you want to avoid all that. It's just what it can do. That's what it can withstand. In fact, this is the hose I use, if that matters. Camco makes a lot of good products. Valterra makes a lot of good products. Thetford makes good products. And those are the 3 brands you want to stay with. They have the products that have been tested over time, especially Valterra. They've been making sewer hoses for a long time. So I hope that helps you to understand the differences between the sewer hoses, the qualities, good, better, and best. I'll have more information in the description, breaking it down for you, the thicknesses of the hose and so forth, and links to the manufacturer's website so you can look at it in a little more detail as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and check out everything in the description, and we'll see you the next time.